Okay, geometry, we're going to talk about rotations now, and these are the vocabulary words for our rotation section. So our first word is rotation, and a rotation is a type of transformation that's going to turn every point in the preimage through a specified angle and direction about a fixed point. So what does that mean? Let's go look at a picture. Rotation. So if I have this figure, and there is my fixed point, every point is going around in a circle, and that is a rotation. And we could stop it at different places, and that's where we would want to find the coordinates of the points, is rotated 25 degrees, or rotated 60 degrees, or rotated 90 degrees, about whatever point we want. So you can, by the way, you can see the web page right here. This is kind of a cool web page for this. We can play with this. We can change us 30 degrees, bring down any one of these shapes, and then rotate whatever point we want. And this is the angle we're going to rotate. And if I hit rotate, it's going to show you how it rotates every single point 30 degrees around the point 20, 30. And I could rotate again, and it will show you again. And once you rotate every single point, then you would connect them all up and get your new shape. So that's a rotation. You can also show rotations this way. If I want to do rotational symmetry, I can rotate, let's go 5 times around, and I'm going to grab circles, and I'll grab green. And that makes 5 different rotations all around the circle. So if you take 360 and divide by 5, that's how many degrees of rotation we would have. Clear. I'll go 6 rotations and change this one to blue. Okay. So then this is 6 rotations around a circle, so 360 divided by 6 would be every 60 degrees you're going to have the exact same shape, so every point has been rotated 60 degrees 6 times. I could go with a 3, so let me clear that. Okay, so now there's 3 rotations around a circle, so 360 divided by 3 would be 120 degree rotations, and this is our center point. So there's some rotations. Again, you can see the website I'm on if you want to go play yourself. So that's rotation. The center of rotation, we just talked about that. The center of rotation is that point. So if I go back to here, this is my center of rotation here. And if I go back to that other website, here is my center of rotation wherever I'm putting it. Undo what I just did. Okay, I can put down a different shape. It puts it wherever. I can change my position, or I can leave it at the origin. I can change my angle. We'll go with a 60 degree rotation around the origin, and there's your 60 degrees for each point, and that would give you a 60 degree rotation. I can change it to a 90 degree rotation around the center. Okay, and you can see that those would end up being perpendicular. When you go 90 degree rotation, you end up with perpendiculars. Okay, so there's my center. I could change my center up here and do a 90 degree rotation around that. You can still see that my little wedges here are 90 degree wedges. And there's my new shape rotated 90 degrees around that point. I could change my point over here somewhere. And maybe do 180 degree rotation. And I'll just do a quick rotate so you can see. Ooh, I'm off the edge of my paper, so maybe I want to move Yeah, I'm way off the edge of my paper. There. Okay, let's try doing a rotation there. That one will stay on the paper. So there's 180 degrees. You can see this, the semicircles going around. And there's my center of rotation. Okay. And then the next word we have is angle of rotation, and we've just kind of talked about that. How many angles, what's the measure of our angle? 180 degrees, or 90 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees. So how many degrees am I rotating that? And then an invariant point, so let me go back to here. And if I put my rotation point right there, and I rotate, let's go 90 degrees, and I rotate, that top point doesn't move. Since my top point doesn't move, it's an invariant point. So any point that doesn't move, here's one I can start over again, and let's see if I can get there, that point. So my center is going to be on that point, and I'm going to rotate 90 degrees. When I rotate 90 degrees, that point doesn't move, but the other two do. So the point that doesn't move is an invariant point. So invariant, the prefix in, whenever you're using it in English class, means not, or don't, or doesn't, and vary means to change. So not change. So vary is change. So invariant is not changing. So a point that doesn't change is an invariant point.